What is going on, everyone? MikeO back with another card show recap video. Today I'll be recapping a handful of purchases I made at the final Neshaminy card show. Neshaminy Mall card show has been going on for quite a while. It's in the Philadelphia area. It's been an excellent show. For a mall show, I would say it's got to be one of the top mall shows in the country. It might not be the biggest, but it damn well had to be one of the best. Absolutely fantastic show. There's some other mall shows in the area done by a different promoter. I've gone to them. They're pretty bad. Maybe they get better because maybe some of these dealers migrate there. But I've gone to a few at different malls where some of them are okay. I've gone to a couple of other ones where they're like really bad. Like one of those shows you can walk in about 10 minutes, you're bored to death and say, wow, good thing I was just passing by and I didn't go out of my way. You know, it's not going to be the Philly show in size and scope. It's certainly not going to be the national, but the Neshaminy show would generally, during its peak, have 12 to 20 dealers, usually 17 to 20. And it would be a pretty decent size and just a fantastic mix. Unless you went there, it'd be hard to describe, but you had pre-war. You would have a couple guys that would have both pre-war cards and kind of pre-war antique baseball, football, sports items. You would have multiple dealers with vintage, so you'd have a nice little mix of vintage where there would be just enough competition that you could get some good deals. There would be some guys that would stick to their prices that maybe be a little higher than you could find otherwise, but sometimes they were really nice cards. You'd have the modern stuff. You had value boxes. You just had a really great mix of dealers, and it was just a nice environment, nice and easy to walk around. At one point, you could go there and meet up with friends and such. Weskergriff just did his recap, so check that out on his channel. But I can recall many times meeting up with Ed, meeting up with Ray from Philly, various other members of the community, and you'd walk around the show and, you know, you'd take some time for yourself to look around or go through boxes, check out the showcases, but you'd also browse the show together, and it was small enough that you could hang out and really easily look at everything. Unlike the National, where it's just so compact, unlike even the Philly show, where it's so busy and sometimes really tight, it's harder. It's great to walk around with friends at those shows, but it's hard to really get a sense of the cards and really look where you could at the Neshaminy show. And then you could easily just migrate over to the food court at some point and maybe split up a pizza or everyone get something to eat and kind of sit there and talk about cards and laugh and stuff. So there have been many great moments. And it was local too. It was really close for me. I mean, I could get there in probably 15 minutes if you went off hours. You know, you hit some traffic once in a while, but it was just a great show. So I've done tons of recaps of them over the years. Sometimes I've gone there and not done recaps, and I wish I did. But I was happy to be able to get there this past weekend and pick up at least a few cards for the collection. Just a lot of great deals you could work out over the years. So here's a handful of things I picked up. These are all PC items. Start off with the Crucker, John Kruk. This is from 2004, Topps Allen and Ginter. He's a high number, so he's actually a short print. And then this is the gold border mini parallel. So he has a base full-size card and then has the mini, and then you have some different colors. But just thought that was a neat one. Got that as part of a package with some other stuff. So I don't remember offhand what I paid, but not very much. Like when you consider the deal I put in, probably less than $1, and that's probably like a $4 or $5 card. Here's some inserts and relic cards that I was able to bundle up with some other stuff I had picked up. Here is a sticker parallel from Topps 206 of Chase Utley, or Topps Cracker Jack, I should say. Chase Utley. So that's from, I believe it's like 2005. Yep, 2005. So they did a whole bunch of variations, and this is the sticker parallel. So cool Utley there. We got a relic here, legendary lineage of Lenny Dykstra. Something tells me that's a Met relic in a Phillies card, but hey, that's what you get. I don't think the Phillies wore too many blue pinstripes. We've got a SP Legendary debut bat cards of Richie Ashburn. These SP Legendary cut relics are pretty cool. I'm not like a crazy relic person, but I have gotten a little more interested in them in recent years. I mean, they're just neat cards, especially when you can get some of the old school ones. Because some of the old jersey swatches and patches and even bat cards are a little nicer than some of the modern day ones. And honestly, they're generally speaking very affordable. So there's a cool Ashburn for the collection. Got a Prism parallel, a green parallel of Chase Utley. Some 2013 Prism. Green Prism. Got a Scott Rowland card here. This is from Fleer Maximum. And this one is serial numbered 84 of 290. Hall of Famer Scott Rowland. There towards the end of his Phillies career. And then final pickup in that group, which I had made a pretty substantial purchase for these, but I had picked up a lot of stuff for the eBay store and stuff, but I wanted to grab these ones for the collection. This is a Bowman Heritage Piece of Greatness authentic game-worn jersey, even though it's a bat relic, of Chase Utley. Game-used bat relic card. It's from 2006 Bowman Heritage. So it's Chase Utley bat card. Chase Utley, super collectible. His stuff is, generally speaking, more expensive than you would think if you're not avidly following the Chase Utley market. You might be surprised if you look up some of his autographs. Other pickups. This one actually came in that deal too. It's a Connie Mack. Just kind of like almost like a greeting card. See, it says Connie Mack. You have an image of him. The back has some of his information, through and batted, when he was born, when he passed away, height and weight, and then his statistics. He played for Washington and then Pittsburgh. Not a lot of time as a playing, but he was a catcher, named to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1937, 1982, Sports Legends Limited. But as you can see, it just folds out. It's a card. I thought it was a great-looking image, great-looking item. Thought it was something super cool, super affordable to add to the Connie Mack collection. Great figure in Philadelphia sports. Long time Philadelphia Athletics manager and owner. And then the other two pickups that I grabbed in a deal with some other stuff. This is from the 70s. It's a Steve Carlton team issue sponsored by Tasty Cake, blank back. These are the types of items that don't have a whole lot of monetary value, but they're super cool, super fun to pick up when you run across them, and just can kind of enhance your collection a little bit. So nice Carlton there. And then the final one is a 1942 team issue of Hans Lobert. John B. Hans Lobert. So he was with the Phillies at one point, and then obviously coached and managed them as well. And he's also featured on Glory of Their Times. You can hear him tell some stories. So that's super neat. And check out those pants. Those are some baggy pants. But I love some of these old school items showing the old uniforms and all that kind of stuff. I think there's just some neat images, and you can get these. I mean, this one was priced at $10. I bundled it with some stuff, so I probably paid closer to $5. I mean, like, how do you go wrong for like a 85-year-old, 83-year-old team issue? Hard to go wrong. So just another cool item for the collection. So those are the pickups. Those are some thoughts. Very sad to see the show go by because it's something they looked forward to. They would run it like maybe 5 times a year, 6 times a year. And you always kind of, for me, I always put that date on the calendar. I'd always try and get there Friday if I could scope out some of the good early deals and then go back on like Saturday and hang out as well. Whenever I could. It was a great time. Had a lot of great times with a lot of great people. Picked up a lot of cool stuff for the collection. And hopefully they will do another show. I know there's a lot of talk of doing another show in the area, that type of format, that type of size, but I don't know if it'll ever be the same. Oftentimes it isn't, but I hope there is, because I like going to the big shows. The Philly show is fantastic. But the smaller shows that have good quality dealers and a lot of good quality people and a lot of variety are tough to come by. Some of the small shows can be a little sketchy, and I know we have some of these modern shows popping up. There's some in the area, and it's like they want $10, $15 admission for a one-day show that's not all that big. Like, that stuff gets a little crazy too. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down below, and I will talk to you next time. Have a great one.